Millionaire socialist Bernie Sanders wants to overturn the U.S. economy. He consistently frustrates people. He doesn't answer questions. Take last week's town hall with Fox News.
How can you challenge the idea that socialism is bad in the minds of the public?
You might have asked them, not me.
But your marginal tax rate was 26% because of President Trump's tax cuts. So why not say, you know, I'm leading this revolution. I'm not going to take those.
Come on, we're doing. I pay the taxes that I owe. And by the way, why don't you get Donald Trump up here and ask him how much he pays in taxes?
Would you be willing to pay 52% on the money that you made?
Awesome.
You can volunteer. You can send a check.
Oh, you can volunteer too. We have a.
But you suggested that that's what everybody in your bracket should do.
And Martha, why don't you give? You make more money than I do.
And Sanders' performance at last night's CNN town hall, not much better.
How do you plan to phase out these private insurance companies for your new Medicare for All insurance?
Good. Excellent question on an issue that millions of Americans stay up night worrying about. All right, let's start off with talking about the current system. We have a dysfunctional health care system in which 30 million Americans have no health insurance at all. Even more are underinsured with high deductibles and co-payments.
Still an answer how he's going to wipe out everybody's private insurance. Let's bring in healthcare expert Seth Denson. Seth, your reaction?
Well, listen, if we have a dysfunctional healthcare system, then maybe Bernie should ask about what the Affordable Care Act had to do with all of that. The system itself is not dysfunctional. It's expensive. And so what Senator Sanders is trying to do is take something that's very expensive and give it out to everybody. If you really want to focus on the problem, focus on driving down the cost of the healthcare system, not the system itself, which is actually one of the most successful systems in the world.
I mean, fix what you got. I mean, he'd wipe out Obamacare, Medicare, Medicaid. And I don't know why he thinks the government can effectively run health care, a fifth of the economy, when it can't run the DMV effectively, the post office, Medicaid, or the VA. Watch Massachusetts Democrat, decorated Marine veteran Seth Moulton. Watch what he says about his experience with single payer. He does it. He experienced it. He does it with the VA. Watch what he has to say.
I think I'm the only candidate who actually gets single-payer health care. So I think health care is a right. I think every American should have access to good, affordable health care. But I made a commitment to continue getting my own health care at the VA when I was elected to Congress. That's single-payer. And I'll tell you, it's not perfect. So if I'm elected, I'm not going to force you off your private health care plan.
But here's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, never experienced the VA, says, don't fix what's not broken.
There are some things that we're hearing today. There's some themes that we've got coming out, and especially when it comes to the VA. All I can think of is that classic refrain that my parents always told me growing up, which is that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Exactly, don't fix it.
Seth, your reaction?
Well, I don't know what Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez's definition of broke is, but when you have 30,000 unfilled jobs leading to a 70-day average waiting time to get treatment for conditions that we're finding right now currently in the VA, something is broken. If that's acceptable, I don't want to know what it might be acceptable under her plan.
Seth, you've studied the VA. What happens when the government takes over health care?
Listen, you have to have a rationing of care. That's the way it's going to work. If you just look at Great Britain's system, for example, right now in Great Britain, you have 250,000 people that have waited over 6 months to get treatment for conditions. Because the system that Senator Sanders and most of the progressives are pushing would cost on average double what the current U.S. revenues are, $3.4 trillion, you'd have to ration care just to try to deliver it.
Seth Denson, great to see you. Come back soon.
Thanks, Liz. Good
Just ahead, Democrat candidates Bernie Sanders and Kamala Harris now want felons, yes, people in prison, including murderers, to be able to vote. You won't believe what they're saying. That's next.